Back. It's Wednesday, and that means we're in the kitchen cooking with Rania and talking about shoes too.
Honestly,
maybe a little bit.
I wish she could lift up her dress here, her foot, and show.
You mean lift up my leg?
Yeah, that. Not your dress. No, not her dress.
Then I would probably be fired. And I want to keep cooking with you on
Shoes
Wednesdays.
are like adorable, folks.
I'll try and show them later today.
Okay, thanks.
Anyways, today we are continuing our cooking series with Rania making the most of the summer harvest. So what are we making today?
Well, we're using butternut squash and Brussels sprouts.
Both of them I love.
In two totally different recipes. And the first recipe is a skillet shrimp. So I'm making it in a wok. But it's not an Asian dish.
Okay.
It's a real fall dish, and it starts off with chorizo. And then I'm going to make a Brussels sprout dish that is reminiscent of a Caesar salad.
Oh,
because it has the Caesar salad dressing, and it has croutons.
All that
I mean, doesn't this all sound like
it does?
Delish.
Warm and cozy.
Yes, warm and cozy. And speaking of warm and cozy, I started already thinking about next week.
Oh.
Watch it be 90 degrees next week, but I was thinking about pot roast.
I love pot roast.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't eat meat, but it just, I
like
love the idea of pot roast.
I'm with you. So, let's do it.
All right.
I'm game.
Okay, but now let's focus on this week.
Okay.
This is chorizo. It's a Spanish sausage. And it's, in my opinion, it doesn't have a lot of heat to it. It has a nice little bite to it, but it's not like screaming hot.
Yeah.
No. And chorizo puts out a little bit of its own natural fat. And you can eat chorizo just because it's already cured. This isn't raw. You know, it's like eating pepperoni, you know.
Right, it's already.
But you do want to get it started, and I cut the chorizo pieces, you know, straight down. It's like a circle, and then I cut them in half. And then you just want to render the fat.
Now, is that from the sausage itself, or is that from olive oil?
No, that's really,
wow.
Add a little bit of olive oil, but not a lot.
And that's what's coming out.
Right, and that's what's coming out. So what you want to do here, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Because we're going to put everything, we're going to do this in stages. So what you want to do is leave the fat in the pan. No need to drain this at all. And, you know, if you would like to, you know, take a taste of this.
I would.
It's a little hot. No, temperature.
Spicy.
No, I don't think it's spicy, but I'd love your take on it and see what you think. Maybe, you know, I go to a restaurant in Mount Lebanon in the Galleria with my husband because it's easy for him to get in and out of because he's a little handicapped. So consequently, we go to the Galleria a lot, and we go to Mitchell's. And and I take my own bottle of Frank Red Hot sauce.
Because nothing's hot enough for you.
That's terrible. Okay, so see this? There's a little bit of fat in here.
Yeah.
But you probably want to add hardly any, but just a smidge of olive oil to this because now I'm going to add the butternut squash. And I have the heat medium-high. Take the butternut squash.
Wonderful flavor on that.
What do you think?
It's good.
Do you think it's hot?
No, it almost tastes like cayenne without the kick.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Cayenne without the kick is good. So this was the butternut squash. And on the butternut squash, what we did was
diced it really nice.
Small.
Yeah.
So you can buy butternut squash already cubed, but the cubes would be way, way, way too big for this recipe. So go ahead, get the cubes. It's easy, but then just cut them into smaller pieces.
Okay.
That's all you have to do. I tell people there are certain shortcuts I will take. Butternut squash, already cubed, that's something that I definitely would do.
Well, because it can be a little tricky. It's hard to cut through.
It is. It is. It's already done for you. Honestly, it's not that much more money. Think of the time.
Right.
Okay, so here, what I have here, I have all of my warm spices. Starting off with smoked paprika.
Got it.
Okay.
Has to be smoked.
Smoked, it makes a big difference. And some cumin, and of course a little bit of garlic powder. Put that in here too. Come on out, puppy. Okay. Now, and now I'm going to add some salt and some pepper to this. And I've turned the heat on here, by the way, just so you know there's a reason for it. But here's some salt and some pepper.
How long does it take for this butternut squash to cook
down?
Because I know in the oven it can take a little while.
Yes, but not when it's this tiny. So it won't take long. And we'll be coming back to this. Right. Okay. And some pepper. And what I'd like you to do here is mix all of these.
Okay.
Got that?
Yep.
You do that. and then toss it on the shrimp for me. And then what I'd like you to do is try to coat the shrimp
as much as possible.
Right.
Okay.
Now, while you're doing that, since we have a little bit of time, a little bit of olive oil goes in this pan for recipe number 2. And recipe number 2 are Brussels sprouts that are shaved. Now, you can buy them shaved in a bag if you want, or you can buy them and then you can just run them straight through the slicing disc of the top of a food processor.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay? So you just want to take them, and I'm obviously not going to use all of these Brussels sprouts.
I wouldn't mind if you did.
Well, they will cook down, but the object here on the Brussels sprouts is to try super hard not to lose that vibrant green color.
Okay.
Okay? So what we're going to do, because I know we're ready to be taking a break, is during our break, because is it an extended break today?
Yep, we're going to be back in just a couple segments.
In a couple segments,
okay.
Great. That'll give the butternut squash enough time to cook, and I will transfer that to the chorizo pan, and then we'll throw the shrimp in here when we come back so that it put it all together, and you'll have both dishes to try. We'll finish the Brussels sprouts and just move along.
I cannot wait. Okay, well, I'm going to leave you with the shrimp. I think it's coated well enough for you.
Are you leaving me?
I have to leave you.
Bye.
But stay with us, because we are going to take a break. We're going to be back cooking with Rania in just a bit, and we are going to finish up the butternut squash, as she said, get our Caesar Brussels sprouts
together.
It's going to be great.
Yes.